How's it going, guys? I was going to talk a little bit about how weight loss affects testosterone for men, at least from my experience. I can't say this happens to all men, but it probably does. We've heard before that men's testosterone declines as they get older, and that men with a lot of belly fat, or adipose tissue as that's called, tend to have a lower presence of testosterone. The reason behind that is that adipose tissue, aka belly fat, will house, it has estrogen components. It's very estrogenic. It tends to make your pre-catalyst, like DHEA, it tends to make those easily convert to estrogen and a little harder to convert to testosterone, and therefore you're a little bit less potent with your natural levels of testosterone. So there's like the quick little small chemistry biology lesson for that. So what I've discovered is that since I've had surgery and I've gone through all of major weight loss, which I've had, I'm down almost 60 pounds now. I'm actually 57 pounds down as of right now. Since that's happened, I've gone through a little bit of a depression of sorts because of, why do I keep trying to get my car in the shot? It doesn't even matter. Sorry. I've gone through some postpartum depression-ish thing, if you could call it that. And it's evened out. It happened immediately after my first initial weight loss. I had a lot of weight loss at first. I'm only 2.5 months out, and I've had I'm almost 60 pounds down. And I think that what happened is that a lot of my belly fat was eliminated, because that's where I'm losing it. I'm taking my before and after photos, and I'm not really losing it anywhere but my stomach. And with all that belly fat gone, it has done two things. It actually released the hormones that are bound up in fat, and it allowed my testosterone to kind of jump up because that suppression is now gone. I still have a lot of belly fat, but the purpose of this video is to explain the things that I've seen happen now. Since I'm stable and I'm losing weight at a slower rate, I'm losing weight, it's probably going to end up being 10 pounds a month, 10 to 15 pounds a month tops. Because I'm only losing like 5 pounds over a week or two now. Which I'm happy with that. That's fine. I'm totally satisfied, and I feel like it's still coming off nice and healthy. But I've noticed that my mood is stabilized. I was seeing a therapist. She said she's happy with how I'm coping with everything. I don't feel moody anymore. I was feeling moody, but I tell you what I do feel, and this is where I come in with all this information. I have a little bit more of aggressiveness to me, just a tad, just a little more aggressive. Like if somebody in traffic does something that I normally wouldn't like, instead of just easily laughing it off, it gets on my nerves just a little bit more. Not to a bad fault. Maybe we're supposed to be a little bit protective, a little bit assertive, and maybe I was a little bit more of a pushover before. I don't know, but I don't feel that way anymore. I feel ready to assert myself in a situation if I need to. And not in an asshole way, just in a, hey dude, chill out kind of way. I was having morning erections every day, every single day during my rapid weight loss period. And now they're back to normal. So the normal frequency for me is usually 2 to 3 times a week, or 2 times a week at least. And that's what it's been happening in the past 2 weeks. So they're back to normal. My weight loss has stabilized. But I'm a singer. I also sing and I play in a band. The depth of my voice, like the deep chest resonance, because I do vocal exercises and I know exactly where my tone goes as far as high and low. The low range, the normal voice range, has definitely dropped. Like in the mornings when our voice is deepest, when I get out of bed, I'll do a little bit of vocal exercises and I have a deeper range than I ever have. So not only that, but I've also had testosterone tests done with my doctor. And she tested free testosterone, which is, I really wanted total. But still, my old free range testosterone measurements were always, if you had a scale of 1 to 10, and where 2 is normal and 1 is below normal, and 10 is outstandingly high for testosterone for men. And I'm using this for ease of reference. But if you had that scale, I've always sat around 2. I've always sat on the low normal, like almost as low as you can get on normal. you know, another 10% and I would be like below normal. And I've always been like that. And even in both ranges, in free range and in total range. So my free range testosterone now is sitting around a 4, whereas it used to sit around a 2. And that may not seem a lot, but by scale, it's doubled. It's essentially effectively doubled. So it's crazy. I think that when you gain belly fat as a male, you get older and gain belly fat, it helps the testosterone decline. But if you can manage, obviously I did it through surgery, but however you're doing it out there, if you can lose your belly fat, your testosterone is going to increase. Because it's the same amount. I think it's just the same amount of testosterone circulating in your body. It's just not being suppressed now. It's expressing its value at face value rather than at a disadvantaged state. And that's the best theory that I can come up with. There's vaguely any science that supports this. When I talked to my surgeon about it, he said it's a great theory and he thinks that this is true. My therapist says it's a great theory and she thinks that this is true. But there's not like a bunch of cases that say this is absolutely what's happening. And I'm not in a lab. I'm not having bloods drawn and I'm not having daily values taken. But I can just tell you from my personal experience, and I have a history of testosterone treatment. I used to take testosterone treatment. I took androgel cream and I took cypionate injections in my quad every week. It feels like this. It doesn't feel as much, obviously, because it's my normal body and it's coming from my brain and, you know, my testicles or, you know, wherever it's coming from. So yeah, I really think that when you lose weight as a male, lose specifically body fat on the stomach, when you lose abdominal fat, that your testosterone is going to increase. If that's important to you, if you feel like you've always had a lower end and you'd like it to stabilize, I recommend that you get on a weight loss regimen. I tried forever and I could never keep it off. I ended up having the gastric sleeve surgery and I've lost 60 pounds in almost 60 pounds in 2.5 months. It's not an easy surgery. I'm not saying that I don't recommend it, and I'm not saying that I do recommend it. I'm saying that I recommend that you talk with your family, your doctor, and see what plan is best for you. And I'm not saying this because that's what all the commercials say. I mean it truthfully, because my girlfriend's heavy and she's considering the surgery and she's seen all the negative things that come along with it that I've had to go through. I'm happy that I did it. I would do it again in a heartbeat because that's what I needed. That's what I need for my life to go forward, to have a healthy life. Bottom line, if you're an overweight male and you want to be more potent, you want to have more stamina, vitality, you want to be stronger, go to the gym and make that all work together, lose weight, lose body fat, however you got to do it. Alright guys, that's my car. I don't know why I kept that in the shot. I really don't, but I did. So I'm about to go to band practice. You guys take it easy. Have a great week.